you've heard. And now this is the end of the even, so to speak. It's a little bit more left over. I heard a prize fight manager say to his fellow who was losing badly, David, listen to me. It's not what he's doing to you, it's what you're not doing. Ladies and gentlemen, these people sat, they opened doors, they gave us the right, and today, ladies and gentlemen, in our cities and public schools, we have a 50% dropout rate. In our own neighborhood, we have men in prison. No longer is a person embarrassed because they're pregnant without a husband. No longer is a boy considered an embarrassment if he tries to run away from being the father of the unmarried child. In the neighborhood that most of us grew up in, parenting is not going on. In the old days, you couldn't skip school because every drawn shade was an eye. And before your mother got off the bus into the house, she knew exactly where you had gone, who had gone into the house, and where you got on, whatever you had on, and where you got it from. Parents don't know that today. I'm talking about these people who cry when their son is standing there in an orange suit. Where were you when he was 2? Where were you when he was 12? Where were you when he was 18? And how come you ain't know he had a pistol? And where is his father? And why don't you know where he is? And why doesn't the father show up to talk to this boy? The church is only open on Sunday. And you can't keep asking Jesus to do things for you. You can't keep saying God will find a way. God is tired of you. Looking at the incarcerated, these are not political criminals. These are people going around stealing Coca-Colas. People getting shot in the back of the head over a pound cake. Then we all run out here and are outraged. The cops shouldn't have shot him. They shouldn't have shot him. What was he doing with the pound cake in his hand? I wanted a piece of pound cake just like everybody else. And I looked at it and I ain't have no money. And something called parenting said, if you get caught, you're going to embarrass your mother. Not you want to get your butt spanked. You're going to embarrass your mother. You're going to embarrass your family. If you knock that girl up, you're going to have to run away because it's going to be too embarrassing for your family. In the old days, a girl getting pregnant had to go down south. And then her mother would go down to get her. But the mother had the baby. I said the mother had the baby. The girl didn't have the baby. The mother had the baby in 2 weeks. We are not parenting. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to these people. They showing you what's wrong. People putting their clothes on backwards. Isn't that a sign of something gone wrong? Are you not paying attention? People with their hat on backwards, pants down around the crack. Isn't that a sign of something? Isn't it a sign of something when she's got her dress all the way up to the crack and got all kinds of needles and things going through her body? What part of Africa did this come from? We are not Africans, we are African Americans. Those people are not Africans, they don't know a thing about Africa. When we give names to our children, we give them the strength and inspiration in the meaning of those names. What's the point of giving them strong names if there's no parenting and values backing it up? We've got to take the neighborhood back. We've got to go in there, just forget telling your child to go to the Peace Corps. It's right around the corner. It's standing on the corner. It can't speak English. It doesn't want to speak English. I can't even talk the way they talk. Why you ain't where you is go, Rob? I don't know who these people are. And I believed the kid until I heard the mother talk. Then I heard the father talk. This is all in the house. You used to talk a certain way on the corner, and when you got into the house, you switched back to English. Everybody knows it's important to speak English, except these knuckleheads. You can't land a plane with why you ain't. You can't be a doctor with that kind of stuff coming out of your mouth. There's no Bible that has that kind of language. Where did these people get the idea that they're moving ahead with this? Well, they know they're not. They're just hanging out in the same place. 5 and 6 generations in the projects when you're just supposed to stay there long enough to get a job and move out. Now look, I'm telling you, it's not what they're doing to us, it's what we're not doing. 50% dropout. We're raising our own immigrants. These people are fighting hard to be ignorant. There's no English being spoken, and they're walking, and they're angry. Oh God, they're angry. And they have pistols, and they shoot, and they do stupid things, and after they kill somebody, they don't have a plan. just murder somebody, boom, over what? A pizza? And then run to the poor cousin house. They sit there and the cousin say, what you doing here? I just killed somebody, man. What? I just killed somebody, I gotta stay here. No, you don't. Well, give me some money, I'll go. Where you going? I don't know, somewhere. The police know where you going because the cousin got a record. 5 or 6 different children, same woman, 8, 10 different husbands or whatever. Pretty soon, you're gonna have to have DNA cards so you can tell who you're sleeping with. You don't know who this is. It might be your grandmother. I'm telling you, they're young enough. Hey, you have a baby when you're 12, your baby turns 13 years, baby, how old are you, huh? Grandmother. What is it with young girls getting after some girl who wants to remain a virgin? Why is that so wrong? To go up to girls and try to get them to be a part of a club where you're nobody. This is a sickness, and we're not paying attention to these children. These are children. They don't know anything. They don't have anything. They're homeless people. All they know how to do is beg, and you give it to them, trying to win their friendship. And what are they good for? And then they stand in an orange suit, and you drop to your knees. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Yes, he did do it. And you need to have an orange jumpsuit on, too. Brown versus Board of Education, these people who marched and were hit in the face with rocks and punched in the face to get an education, and we got these knuckleheads running around who don't want to learn English. I know that you all know it. I just want to get you as angry that you ought to be. When you walk around the neighborhood and you see this stuff, that stuff's not funny. These people are not funny anymore. And that's not my brother and that's not my sister. They're faking and they're dragging me way down because the state, the city, and all these people have to pick up the tab on them because they don't want to accept that they have to study to get an education. We have to begin to build in the neighborhood, have restaurants, have cleaners, have pharmacies, have real estate, have medical buildings, instead of trying to rob them all. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please, Dorothy Height, wherever she's sitting in heaven, she didn't do all of that stuff so that she could hear somebody say, I can't stand algebra. I can't stand. And what you is, it's horrible. It's horrible. Basketball players, multimillionaires can't write a paragraph. Football players, multimillionaires can't read. Yes, multimillionaires. Well, Brown versus Board of Education, where are we today? It's there. They paved the way. What do we do with it? 50% dropout rate, the rest of us in prison. You have to tell me that if there was parenting, help me, please, somebody. If there was parenting, he wouldn't have picked up the Coca-Cola bottle and walked out to get shot in the back of the head. He wouldn't have. Not if he loved his parents, and not if they were parenting. Not if the father would come home, not if the boy hadn't dropped the sperm cell inside of the girl, and the girl had said, no, you don't have to come back here and be the father of the child. Not, I don't have to. She needs to tell him to come back. Father this child, raise this child so that he don't go out with some Coca-Cola and get shot in the back of the head. Therefore, you have the pileup of these sweet, beautiful things, born by nature, raised by